Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the effort by the chairman, ranking member, and staff to put together this unblock package. For several important reasons, though, I must oppose the unblock package. And the two reasons are, one, having to do with the Burma Act, and two, having to do with the failure to include the ROI into this unblock package. And I want to start with the Burma Act, and something that I believe we need to address moving forward as a committee in many different places. If you look at our ability to get dollars sent to domestic projects here, most of us would kill to be able to get projects funded in our communities domestically for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years on end, to be able to have tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars go to projects like that. But we can't get that done domestically here. But internationally, in the Burma Act, in what has been described just in the last few minutes as a worsening situation and a country on the brink of failure, we're going to, number one, give away our negotiating leverage by authorizing appropriations to them for half a decade. In the shadow of having just raised our nation's debt limit, we're going to do that. And then you look beyond that and to say, why would we give a nation on the brink of failure millions and millions and millions of dollars year after year without evaluating that each year? And I think that would be a fair ask for anything that we do as it goes to international appropriations, that we look at that year over year. That would be not being asleep at the wheel, not putting on autopilot, the same thing that we do domestically with spending. So that's one of the reasons that I have to oppose this unblock package. We can't allow spending like that to be on autopilot, even amid the devastating situation of what's going on within Burma. As it relates to the ROI, and I'm always happy to yield to people, as folks know in this committee, if somebody in here disagrees with making sure that we ensure all documents or all records, communications, correspondence, emails, text messages, instant messages, transcripts, summaries, agendas, notes, diplomatic cables, reports, meeting readouts. If any member of this committee would like to speak against retaining those items as it relates to the withdrawal of from Afghanistan, I got 2 minutes here that I'm happy to yield to somebody if they want to say we shouldn't be retaining those items. It's a fair demand from this committee. Mr. Chairman, you mentioned in the opening of your remarks that oversight is at the heart of this committee. If it's at the heart of this committee, then put it at the heart of this committee. And let's make sure that we retain those documents for bipartisan purposes. I've aired my grievances on the unblock package, but since I have 1:30 remaining, I'll sit here and wait and see if anybody has a problem with retaining all documents, records, communications, correspondence, emails, transcripts, texts and instant messages, summaries of agendas, notes, diplomatic cables, meeting readouts, other things, as it relates to what happened with the disastrous Afghanistan hostage crisis, Afghanistan withdrawal, leaving Americans behind, green card holders behind, those that aided us for the last couple decades behind. Mr. Chairman, having sat here for a little bit, I see that nobody seems to have an objection to that. I can commit for myself that I would certainly be willing to stay for as long as it takes to include the ROI into our unblock package or whatever we would need to do to continue to get that marked up as it is urgent and should be done probably weeks ago, but not done yet to this point. I'm certainly happy to commit to staying if you want to get that done yet today. I yield back.